Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A-plus rated platform on the link below. Big game breakdown continues here on SportsBet. ESPN showdown in the SEC, Vanderbilt and Kentucky. Currently, the Wildcats -10 and 144. The early money has come on Vandy. These two teams played, just a couple of weeks ago, January 13th. Kentucky was up 9 at the break. Vandy rallied to tie it. Scores tied at 59 with 4.5 to go. Kentucky closed out strong, won 72-67. They were -2 point favorites in that contest. Of course, a 72-67 win would not get them the money in the point spread range tonight. They won by only 7, despite a huge shooting edge, 53.5% from the floor for Kentucky, only 38% from the floor for Vandy. Of course, Vandy came here last year, first trip to Rupp since blowing a 13-point lead on the road last February, 73-67 loss. That's a loss they remember. We'll talk about that in just a moment, because here's Kentucky. Kentucky's getting interesting again. I kind of thought that Coach Cal wasn't going to have it together. This team a little bit too green, but when you saw what happened in the second half against West Virginia on Saturday, and again, you don't want to put too much into one half of one game, but that was legitimately impressive. They were down 48-33 on the road against a tough pressing team. Their season could be on the brink. Instead, a 50-28 second half run out in Morgantown, probably as good a half of basketball as any team's played all season. They rally back. They tie it at 74 with a minute left, and then Kevin Knox hits the big-time triple from the corner. Kentucky closing on a 9-2 run out. They came into that game unranked. West Virginia was number 7. Bob Huggins tells us where these two teams should be ranked relative to one another moving forward. Huggins, quote, "They took us out of some things. And the truth of the matter is, they are just better than we are. They're more talented." I don't hear coaches say that very often. Huggy Bear saying, watch out for Kentucky. They're back in the polls at number 21. And when you look at the 20 teams ranked ahead of them, boy, based on talent, 20 teams is a whole lot better than Kentucky. And we talk about growth. We look at where they are now, not the struggles to get here, but where they are now. Kentucky may be something of an undervalued commodity. But the question is, are they subject to more struggles? Is West Virginia just a blip, or is it a turning point? John Calipari, quote, "You talk about it, but you don't know. You throw the ball up, and you see if they understand. That's how you attempt to play every game." That kind of fight. Not going to be easy against Vandy tonight. The Commodores played much better, much better of late. 2-1 straight up, 3-0 against the spread their last 3. They're starting to get it. Why? Well, so many reasons. But number one is that Bryce Drew's finally found a rotation. No player started all 21 games. 11 players have at least 3 starts. Instead of it being quality depth, I think there was just too many players in the rotation at the beginning of the season. Now, SEC play, their 3 leading scorers have started all 8 games, and their big 3 have been pretty good. When you have Roberson, Lee, and LaChance, a trio that has been fairly difficult to stop this season. And Drew talked about the loss here last year. He remembers that loss. Of course, he's talking about some of the struggles this season. Quote, "Since then, they played really well. Fantastic the last 3 games." Talking about that 3-0 ATS streak. "Our teams played at a whole different level and won 2 games and had a chance to win another. Last year here at Rupp, we led for 35 straight minutes, then lost it at the end. At least these guys have confidence. They know we can play well in there. Fascinating game to consider. Not a game I have a wager on, not a game I'm close to making a wager on, but certainly this preview hopefully gives you some of the tools you'll need if you decide to make a bet on Vandy, Kentucky tonight." Big game breakdown coming up next. No, it's Deep Dive. Dave Mason. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. I can't say don't touch that dial anymore. Don't click away. We'll be right back. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.